The Coeur d'Alene Marathon, it is back on. This is, of course, following last year's shutdown. For some runners, it may be a way to get in a little bit of exercise, but for others, it's more than just putting a time on the board.
Warm weather on the way for Memorial Day and tracking some record heat to follow.
Plus, from the pandemic to Capitol riots, the Washington National Guard has seen it all and been there for it all. Now they're training for a brand new mission. It's a story you'll only see right here on KREM 2 News.
For this little company to get hit that hard was really pretty painstaking for us.
More than $170,000 in fines for 25 businesses across Spokane, and that's just in the first 3 months of this year. Good evening, everyone. It is great to have you with us on this Sunday evening. I'm Laura Papetti. In our top story tonight, from hospitals to coffee shops and general contractors, businesses across Washington have already faced more than $7 million in fines for violating COVID guidelines and mask mandates. Tonight, we are taking a closer look at some of the earliest fines and punishments handed out by the Washington State Labor and Industries in our area. KREM 2's Joshua Robinson taking a closer look.
Between January and March, Spokane County saw the second highest number of businesses cited for reportedly violating state COVID guidelines. KREM 2 News received a list of 25 different businesses across the region cited for more than $170,000 in fines. Those businesses include Lilac Lanes and Casino, who were fined for $3,600. And Cole's Coffee Shop in Spokane Valley, who were fined on 3 separate inspections for a total of more than $126,000. Many of these business owners were either unavailable to speak with us or did not comment on their fines, but one business received more citations on a single visit than any other. A new creation, a general contracting business in Spokane.
Just a great group of guys just having a lot of fun and working hard and making a little bit of money doing so.
Nick Eli's family business gives jobs to people who are in recovery to teach them the trade of construction and remodeling. On January 26th, while his crew was helping an older woman repair her roof to make it through winter, L&I slapped Eli's business with 12 citations.
The L&I guy showed up and he got us for not having hand sanitizer on each person, not having a hand washing station available on the job site. This is a 2, maybe 3-day job. Not sanitizing the tools when they're passed from one co-worker to another.
Ironically, Eli says the entire crew had all fully recovered from COVID-19. But his business of no more than 8 to 16 people faced $7,200 in fines based on 1 day of work with a 6-person team on a rooftop.
For this little company to get hit that hard was really pretty painstaking for us.
Businesses across the state had the choice to potentially appeal their citations, but Eli says the last thing he wants to do is put anyone in harm's way or ruffle anyone's feathers.
L&I and their notebooks can be pretty intimidating for a guy like me, so I just did what I could to pay the fines and we worked through it.
Working through it to keep his business going that he calls a gift. Joshua Robinson, KREM 2 News.
Tomorrow is, of course, Memorial Day, and it is so much more than just a long weekend and a chance to get outside and grill. It is a day to honor the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving our country. It was originally known as Decoration Day and originated in the years following the Civil War. It later became an official federal holiday in 1971. All right, we're going to take a moment, take a break from the news headlines of the day and talk about weather. It has been beautiful this weekend so far, but it is getting very warm. Michelle Boss is joining us now with the very latest. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, yeah, this Memorial Day weekend has been on the warm side. Our average high is only 70 degrees, so folks enjoying much warmer temperatures than we would normally see this time of year. Not necessarily a bad thing, especially if you're going to be out on the water. Forecast for Lake Coeur d'Alene looking pretty good for tomorrow. If you haven't already been out there this weekend, we're looking at highs to be in the lower 80s tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, light winds, and warm temperatures. Perfect weather to be out there. One thing to take note of, water temperature is still a little bit on the cool side. It's in the mid-50s. Normally it doesn't really start warming up until mid to late summer. So if you're thinking of maybe taking a dive in to cool off, it's still going to be pretty chilly. Meanwhile, we're looking at filtered sunshine out there right now across eastern Washington. Don't be alarmed at what looks like some rain shower activity. The radar beam's kind of sensitive right now on that sensitive mode and just hitting some clouds. Some of those cirrus clouds really high up in the atmosphere. So just plain old clouds, but those clouds are not going to be stopping us from warming up 15, even 20 degrees above normal over the next couple of days. So right now we're sitting at 77 degrees in Spokane, 75 in Coeur d'Alene, but we're already seeing 80s across central Washington, and that's going to change into 90s for tomorrow. But we are going to see just light winds, so again, no problem with any windy conditions for this holiday weekend, and gorgeous weather for the rest of the evening. Even by 10 o'clock, we're going to be seeing temperatures in the mid-60s, so great temperatures to be out on the patio, out on the campground, or whatever. Here's a look at the next 3 days. 84 on Memorial Day, 90 by Tuesday, and potentially record-breaking heat for Wednesday with a high of 95.
The Spokane Police Department is asking for your help in finding a suspect that attempted to buy a young girl. This happened yesterday afternoon near Empire Avenue and Cincinnati Street. This is near the Northtown Mall area. A mom called police saying that a man attempted to purchase her daughter for $1,000. When she refused, the man went to a group of teenagers near Glass Park. The suspect was driving a maroon Ford F-150 with the license plate number. It's here on your screen. Police say there were two suspects in the vehicle at the time. The driver is described as a white male in his 50s with a beard, wearing a light-colored hat and clothing. There was no description, however, on the second suspect. But if you have any information about the suspect's whereabouts or you've seen this vehicle, you're asked to call KREM Check. Again, that number is on your screen, 509-456-2233. Dozens of Seattle police officers shut down a party. This on Alki Beach last night after a large crowd convened amid loosened COVID-19 restrictions. So over on the west side, police made 2 arrests last night after multiple fights broke out. Shortly after the arrest, police cleared the park of all visitors due to, quote, safety issues, including fights, fires, and robberies. According to a tweet from the Seattle Police Department, police say 1 officer was injured. So this is a story. 4 people are dead and 3 others injured following a 2-car crash on Highway 95. This is near Marsing, Idaho, yesterday. Idaho State Police say a Honda Civic traveling northbound crashed into a pickup driving southbound. That pickup truck caught fire, but witnesses were able to get the people out of the car, and those folks are expected to be okay. However, 4 people in the Honda Civic died. Unfortunately, police say they were between the ages of 16. They were just in the teenage age group, over 16, and are believed to be from Southern California. An investigation into that crash is right now underway. Well, Spokane has wanted a north-south freeway since about the 1940s, and as the region continues to boom, demand for it has continued to grow. Coming up, we take a look at the project's timeline and speak to a business owner who's hopeful for the future. That's all coming up in our Boomtown Report.